How you doing today? My name is Bob, and this is Give Me a Break on St. Patty's Day. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about marijuana legalization. I made an earlier video, didn't like it, so I'm redoing it. Now, what I love for a moment, and guys, if you're as frustrated as I am, think about it. All of a sudden, marijuana is in the news. And I love this because everybody out there now is talking about marijuana, marijuana, marijuana. And that's exactly what we've been wanting from the very beginning. People now are beginning to change the way they think about marijuana. You know, we've always heard the awful, terrible things about it, such as the health issues of other carcinogens, and we hear about other properties of it being in every organ of our body and the half-life being so long. And I hear all this, the memory loss, and I just got finished listening to Cheech and Chong, who were pioneers in the early days of legalization of marijuana. Now, one thing I'm going to say is that Cheech and Chong were, when I listened to an interview, they were very lucid. They made perfect sense. None of them looked like they were, kind of drifting off into memory loss. Willie Nelson's another person that's been smoking marijuana for years and years and years, and I listened to his interviews. He's perfectly fine, has great memory. I think really basically what the idea behind marijuana and the reason why it got such a bad rap is that, back during the 60s, and I remember back in the latter 60s and early 70s, man, we were just partying downhearty. I mean, getting our hands on just about whatever we could get to get us messed up. Marijuana, I remember the bongs, we used to just go one after another, after another, after another. But, a lot of other people don't understand that, alcohol use was similar to that, especially at the end of Prohibition. People were drinking large amounts of alcohol, partying, getting down. Now, my question to you, and as well as anybody else, is, do you drink like that? Now, if you do, you might have a problem. You may want to look into treatment. You may want to check into alcoholism. For me, I'm drinking a brewski right now, rolling right. You notice it's green. The bottle's green. That's as close I get to green beer. And, I'm sitting here. I drink a few. Sometimes I might cop a little bit of a feel from the alcohol, but I don't drink to excess. I don't need to. I can go day after day without drinking alcohol, but some people can't. It's the same with marijuana, guys. Same principle, same problem. People out there are going to abuse marijuana. They're going to smoke it way more than they need to, and it's going to cause some adverse consequences to their health. For someone like me, I do it recreationally. I would probably just, smoke a little, tiny little one-hit bowl. I used to share that with my friends, and they would laugh at me and call me a wuss. And I told them, I said, it's the way I've learned to smoke marijuana now. I don't need but just so much to get me where I want to be. I can get like a quarter ounce and it lasts me almost a month and a half to 2 months. I know you may be sitting there going, dude, you might as well not even smoke it at all, because that's nothing. Myself, and there's a lot of other people out there, if it's legalized, would be using marijuana in that way, as recreationally. I'll use it sometimes to unwind. I'll use it to be able to sleep. I've been basically smoking this for many, many, many years. I have gone a dry spell upon recently due to the fact that I just can't find it. I got a friend of mine, his son is dealing, but I never can get in touch with his son, and I imagine his son's a little leery about selling to me. So I've been dry for a while. But I still can understand the fact that having it legalized would be a wonderful thing. That way, if I wanted to, smoke some, I could just simply go and buy it. Now, what about medical marijuana? The state of North Carolina now is beginning to look at that again in their legislature. The bill has to be introduced and passed and that's going to be a lot of work. Last time the bill was never even brought up to the vote, and we're hoping this time it will be. Medical marijuana is kind of interesting. I think a lot of people, the reason why they're so against that here in this state is because they've seen what happened in other states. San Francisco, there's been some problems there where people have fraudulently gotten cards, went in there to purchase purchase medical marijuana and to go out and sell on the streets to the kids so that they could get money back to buy harder drugs. Now, I debate that, but according to what I think, hang on, I believe that was NC, let's see, oh yeah, it was O'Reilly on Fox, had made a statement, this was back in 2012, that they did do an actual investigation into that and found it was true. So what? So what? I could get some hydrocodone right now, go on the street and sell it. Go buy me some weed. You're not going to stop people abusing any drug. That's just the way it is. It's going to be abused. So, I think the lawmakers, and I think some of the people in the smaller towns in North Carolina look at this as a problem better than a solution, and that's been really hurting this medical marijuana passing. I will admit, I have some problems physically. I'm getting older. I've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis. It is now, though, getting into my joints and my knees and especially my hips and the back of my neck. It gets sometimes unbearable. I've been prescribed different narcotics that I can't take because I get very dizzy and I get nauseated and I just don't like it, so I don't take it and I live with the pain. Marijuana would help. I have smoked marijuana before and I feel pretty good. Generally, it would be 3 or 4 good hits over a period of a couple hours, and would help to relax, takes that inflammation out in the shoulders and the back of my neck. And it also would help with me sleeping at night. I take now Flexeril, which I wake up in an awful groggy kind of, it's like I wake up and I'm nodding off and I have to drink about 2 or 3 cups of coffee, 5-hour energy drink, I do Monster, I do all these energy drinks, and it's driving my blood pressure right off the roof. And as the doctor told me the last time that I was had a physical, that I was a walking stroke ready to happen. And I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't function without it. So let's, this is going to be kind of an odd statement for me to say, but have myself and the legalization in your prayers tonight. Believe it or not, God does care. He really does. And may this happen. Think positive thoughts towards this. Be an advocate. Get in touch with your representatives and your senators, especially on the state level, and push for the legalization of marijuana, especially medical marijuana. And, collectively, we all get together, we can get out there, we can get this done. So give me a break, guys, and I certainly hope that this will be passed soon. Thanks for listening.